Students, I am Shakeel Ahmed, your history teacher. Today's topic is the Lucknow Pact 1916. We will discuss this topic under three headings. So the first one is the background. Students, in parliamentary reforms, the British government had promised to provide more political rights to the Indians. But by 1914, the British were totally failed to grant any types of right to the Indians. Furthermore, in 1914, First World War was started, and during the war, the British policies of repression towards the Indians were quite annoying for the Indians. It was a time, and both the issues brought the two communities and the political parties, Congress and Muslim League, came closer. In 1915, by the efforts of Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the annual sessions of both the political parties, means Congress and the Muslim League, were being held in the city of Bombay. In the meanwhile, the joint councils of both the political parties were being set up to improve common understanding between the leaders from the two sides. The British further realized that they could not afford any unrest in India because they had already been involved in the World War. So the British were to consider some proposals, means some provisions regarding giving more seats to the Indians in the Executive Council and the Legislative Council. Congress and the Muslim League decided to work together to gain more concessions from the government. Now we will discuss the terms of the Lucknow Pact. In 1916, the annual sessions of both political parties were being held in Lucknow, and the pact was signed between Muhammad Ali Jinnah and the Congress leader Mahajan. So, Congress was agreed to provide some political rights to the Muslim community. So, let's see. The first one was the Muslims had the right to separate electorates. Means in 1916, the Congress party had accepted the Muslims as a separate nation, and they were agreed to provide the separate electorates to the Muslims. Secondly, Muslims should be given one-third seats in all types of councils. Third one, no act affecting a community should be passed unless three-quarter members of that community supported it. There were some common demands what were being presented by both the communities jointly to the British. So first one was the number of elected seats should be increased. Next, motions passed by large majorities should be accepted by the British. Thirdly, minorities in the provinces should be protected. All types, all provinces should have the same level of autonomy. Now we will discuss the significance or the importance of Lucknow Pact. Lucknow Pact was a significant moment in the movement towards self-rule because in the second decade of 20th century, the Indians overall they were demanding the self-rule or the self-government. Secondly, it was the first time the Hindus and the Muslims had made a joint demand for the political reforms, and they were agreed collectively. Thirdly, it marked the first acceptance by the Hindus that a degree of partition would be necessary. It gave confidence to the Muslims that they could protect their rights when they had joined the Congress, and altogether they could protect their rights from the British government. It led to the growing belief that in India self-government was a real possibility. Next one, the pact marked the high watermark of Hindu-Muslim unity. Students, keep in mind that Lucknow Pact was the first and the last, uh, we can say that first and the last issue or time when the Muslims and the Hindus, with Muslim League and the Congress, they got united. Never, never before or in future they were joined together.